during earnings season, markets get very volatile. Okay, and so what is the earning period now? So October, November, and December. You would notice that markets are very very volatile because the results would be declared from January first week and mostly until the last week of Feb. The last week, all the results would be declared. Okay. So, anyways, markets are volatile. Now, depending on the top 50 stocks and eventually top 500 stocks, Nifty will decide its course in March, and because it is the last quarter, mostly April, है ना? Nifty का रुख क्या होना चाहिए? Should it go up or go down? And especially during Feb and March, because Feb तक तो result ही आ रहा है. So March I'm not considering because March में फिर आपके results आने लगते हैं, है ना? And it's a year end, so it's I'm not considering March. So mostly April onwards, April, May, June, what should be the direction of Nifty would largely depend on how the results have been posted in October, November, and December, which would get declared between Jan and Feb. Usually, this would decide the direction of Nifty in March, but March itself is a big milestone because this is by 31st March annual results will come. You know, I mean the full year. Obviously, the results will come in June, the full year results. But this is an important period because this is the last quarter. So markets will not take any major stands or major direction in March. So the next month is April, May and June direction would essentially come from what kind of results have been posted in October, November, December, and also the Jan, Feb, March. Usually, if this were not March, if this is not this period, so say for example, April, May, June results would come between first week of July and last week of August. So September, October, and November direction would be decided by the results which you declare in this month. Now, the September, October, November results would come by first week of December. Yes, so September, October. So you have April, May, June, then you have July, August, and September. Okay. September results, July, August, September results would be declared by October first week until 30th of November. So these month's results will decide the course of action, especially as the results are declared. So where Nifty should be headed between, say, from December onwards, that is dependent on the earnings. So what keeps the market volatile is the earnings season. Now add the Trump tariff trauma in this one, TTT, add कर दीजिए, and you know that he is a mentally sick, and in his previous life he was a dinosaur. Why? Because he likes to eat everything, from people to countries. He likes to gobble up a lot of things, so people to countries and resources like commodities. उसको लोग भी चाहिए. He would capture countries, he will capture people, and he will capture resources. That you just see. So his kidnapping behavior, what you just saw the video, is evident. There was just a precursor to what was happening in Venezuela because through ICE agents, he is involved in kidnappings. वो जानबूझ के I'm putting a hyphen there. And who is he kidnapping largely? Mexicans and Latin Americans. There seems that he has some sort of dark hatred for these guys. Why? because he comes from the construction world. किस building किस segment में operate करता है? उसका father was a builder, है ना? So he comes from the construction industry or segment, and possibly he has seen that how the Latin American as a society has taken away all the jobs in the construction segment. Sara construction in America is happening by the Mexicans. If Mexicans are not there, buildings will not be complete. और अपने जैसे नहीं होता कि 100 लोग 150 लोग होते बिल्डिंग. There'll be 1 or 2 people in the entire building doing the entire construction work. In a maybe a 15 floor, 20 floor high rise, you'll see one guy on one floor, and he's doing all the floor. And the moment the building is complete, say this is a high rise, and because I saw it getting constructed in my university, if this is the high rise, if this building is complete, they will put a plot here, a pot here, a green pot, a plant, that no accidents done. So it's a, we have safely constructed this building. फिर you complete this building and how many people you'll see? एक बंदा इधर खड़ा होगा, शायद एक बंदा बहुत मुश्किल से खड़ा होगा. एक बंदे होते हैं, पूरी बिल्डिंग में 4-5 बंदे ही मिलेंगे. That's how they do it, and they do it very neatly, very silent. You'll not hear tuck 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 hammering. So ये building complete हो गए, they'll put a pot here, and that will be there until the whole building. If there are any injuries or accidents, then they will not put this pot. Who are these guys? 1 or 2 guys. These are largely Mexicans. उसको कुछ तो नफरत है, because he's seen that these guys are hardworking. They've taken all the American jobs. It is not that they have taken American jobs. It is that these guys are capable enough more than the Americans, the resident Americans. That's why. So he has some hatred towards them. So through ICE agents, he's been kidnapping. It's his kidnapping, and bullying is his own behavior. तो पहला आपने देखा मेक्सिको में, उसके बाद उसको और मन नहीं भरा, तो then he kidnapped the president of Venezuela. So he's a kidnapper essentially. And everyone is questioning. So America is questioning. All Democrat presidents are questioning. Iceberg, Canada, Denmark, Europe, Germany, France, everyone is questioning. So now you mix two things here. One is the volatility, which usually comes during this period, and the markets will be choppy, as it is called. And you mix geopolitical tensions here. Okay, you mix geopolitical tensions. और इसमें कल yesterday night there has been a major development. There was a ship which was going. It had Russian flag. The Russian Navy was possibly about to reach. The submarine was about to reach there, but before it could reach, they captured it using helicopters and choppers. है ना? इन्होंने इसको कैप्चर कर लिया. It was an empty vessel और कैप्चर करके लेके उठा के. That has flagged the tensions. It's simmering now. It can blow off any point in time. His statement on so there are geopolitical tensions, and his recent statement. So एक तो वेनेजुला वाला हो गया, and his recent statement is saying that Greenland will take by force or by money. Will do that, and his members are justifying different ways. One is saying we'll buy it. Second is saying we'll capture it. Second is saying we'll talk to Denmark, and they have already visiting Denmark. So geopolitical tensions हो गए. और third factor is the tariff part of it. तो कल उसका स्टेटमेंट आया है कि if Russia, China, other Latin American countries, if they continue to buy Russian oil and if they finance the war on terrorism, then we will put 500% tariff. It is not 25%, it is not 50%, it is 5x, 500 tariff. Every night before he goes to sleep, he loves, that's why he has got his own platform, Truth Social. He does not tweet on X or Twitter. He has his own platform called Truth Social. It's his own platform created for him. He puts his test and then goes to sleep, and the whole world is boiling. So how does this get captured? When there is volatility of geopolitical nature, this will first reflect on your metals. और सबसे सेंसिटिव मेटल कौन सा है? आलू नहीं, एल्यूमिनियम है. It is aluminium. Then the next sensitive metal is silver. उसके बाद gold comes at the last. Then you have zinc, lead, मतलब in that whatever order. These are of similar nature, zinc, lead. फिर titanium, platinum जो भी है. Gold सबसे कम volatile है. They all react to geopolitical tensions. So if they are rising in a short span of time, there is something simmering there. Geopolitical tensions are possibly happening. So now how do you know लास्ट पार्ट ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम इज हाउ डू यू नो दैट मार्केट्स आर गेटिंग वोलेटाइल? डू आई नोटिस दिस? तो इसको देख लेते हैं, आइए ना. डू वी नोटिस दिस? हाउ डू यू नो दैट द मार्केट्स आर गेटिंग वोलेटाइल? है ना. So one is that the HV will rise. All of a sudden it will go to 9, 12. And we looked at the 10th percentile yesterday night, late night about 1:30 when I was researching. I said, what should be that number on HV which should tell us कि मेरी strategy change होनी है, I have to be careful. The 10th percentile, the top 10 decile जो था, top के 10 number, वो number है anything greater than 6. Then you know that there is a money making opportunity, but it's a different strategy. So those numbers on HV could be 6, anything greater than 6. So we saw two evidences, 10 and 12. Unidirectional है, ऊपर जाएगा तो ऊपर ही जाएगा, नीचे जाएगा तो नीचे ही जाएगा. It's a top 10 number, top 10 decile number on the top 10% number on the HV side. This is one. Second, how do you know the markets are getting volatile? जो कि हम यूजुअली देखते हैं अर्निंग्स टाइम पे, बट जियोपॉलिटिकल टाइम पे ज्यादा देखते हैं. वी सी इट more often than not on the geopolitical side of it. Nifty is going up. One single candle takes away all the gains. Tick, 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 tick. One single candle takes away the gain. Or the second format is there is a gap down which actually happens. So you start your day with a gap down. That means the sentiment is negative. The market starts to recover. Throughout the day it goes up. And all of a sudden in the last 30-40 minutes, cut, goes down. So that's a sign. So first we'll go and check whether the HV has been rising, yes or no, है ना. ये देखिए HV कहाँ है? HV has been picking up. This is Trump behavior captured here. किधर था वो? इस लेवल में था काफी दिनों से, दिख रहा है आपको? And it has almost about to breach this level. So markets are getting volatile. It's gone to 9 from a level which was just half of it, about 5. तो ये बताता है कि मार्केट्स वॉलेटाइल होते हैं और बिहेवियर भी वॉलेटाइल हो सकता है ना. लोगों के भी वॉलेटाइल हो सकते हैं और क्लास में भी हो सकते हैं वॉलेटाइल. ठीक. सो नाउ लुक एट दिस वन, है ना. ये कौन सा टाइम फ्रेम पे है? 5 मिनट पे. ठीक है. कल एक और चीज पाई, है ना, जो मैं आपको थोड़ा बाद में बताऊंगा. बट मार्केट्स आर गेटिंग वॉलेटाइल. आई लीव इट हियर क्योंकि वी आर स्टिल टेस्टिंग दैट स्ट्रेटजी. ठीक. तो एक तो ये हो गया that if you look at this one, there is an uptick on the HV side, is picking up. और इधर देखिए ये है इंडिया पाकिस्तान वॉर, और यहां पर भी कुछ हुआ होगा. आई हैव टू चेक व्हाट इज दैट. मे बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ अ वॉर. व्हाट हैज हैपेंड हियर? अगेन समथिंग इज हैपेनिंग, है ना. दिस इज लास्ट ईयर मे. आई डू नॉट रिकलेक्ट नाउ एज ऑफ नाउ, बट देयर इज समथिंग हैपनिंग. So how do you know markets are getting? How do you know this is a secular sell? How do you know you have to be careful? तो पहले you have to go and check, are all the stocks being sold, है ना. क्या सभी स्टॉक में बिकावली है क्या? Are all the stocks seeing negative pressure? Just look at the last day, है ना. We'll quickly run through the top 50 stocks. ये देखिएगा. I hope the market supports us. उसको